right, welcome to A Message in a Bottle Tarot. My name is One, and I am your spiritual advisor. Welcome back to all my beautiful messengers all around the world. I think I need more lighting. And in your respective places, I appreciate you so very much for every single thing you do. Number one, being a subscriber, liking my videos, sharing my content, connecting with me in the comments because I do love to hear from you. All the love you guys show through your tips and donations are very much appreciated. Now, if you are new here, you're more than welcome to stay and join our psychic family. I would definitely love to have you here. So, make sure you lock in and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Definitely like this video. Give it a thumbs up. All right. It helps promote my work in the algorithm. And then when you're done with that, best friend, definitely meet us over in VIP Patreon. All right. That is where I post my most exclusive psychic readings on breaking news and trending topics that everyone wants the psychic tea on. Still feel like I got like too much light going on, so something gotta go. um, yes, that being said, so there is a menu. I definitely want you to go over there and treat yourself. But I'm here to tell you about the all access tier. Okay, it gives you access to all of my psychic readings on all of my YouTube channels. All right, in addition to the psychic readings that I post exclusively and only in VIP. Okay, all access tier. All right. Also, the all access tier is the only place where you get access to my psychic prediction receipts. Okay, so I'm a psychic medium. I do psychic readings. I make psychic predictions, and when they come to pass, which they do, all right, I release those receipts. Okay, in VIP Patreon. For those of you that are new and you're looking for records and certifications, go on over to the community board. You can scroll 3 years back, and it's just okay. Predictions for days. All right. That being said, okay, shout out to, all right, one of my VIPs, okay, requesting this psychic reading on the last and largest, okay, antebellum slave mansion, Nottoway Plantation, okay, burning down to the ground. Okay, just burnt down. Okay, took its time. All right, made sure it got every floor, every corner. Made sure wasn't nothing left. All right. Now a lot of people are saying, "Huh, it's a coincidence that the Dow Annabelle was doing a world tour and stopped by there. Okay, like 2 days prior, left, and then it burnt down." But of course, others of us are saying the rich history of slavery and wondering, did the ancestors spin the block, okay, and come back, get their lick back, and burned it all to the ground because too many people was celebrating and dancing, okay, on the dead bodies of those that lost their lives there. It says Nottoway Plantation, the largest antebellum plantation house in America, has burnt down. Built in 1859 by enslaved Black people in Louisiana for sugar plantation owner John Randolph. The plantation was later converted to a resort where weddings, events, and tours. Okay, and so people are mentioning how a lot of the white folk are crying because it's like, oh, this is where we had our wedding. That's where we had our party, just dancing. And okay, baby, do you know what you dancing on? Okay, like probably do. Probably don't care. Or probably like, oh, that happened before me. Okay, like I wouldn't. Okay, yes. So rightfully so. One of my members was like, what's the energy behind that? I heard another one burned to the ground. It's looking like a trend. Okay. Here, now we know there's usually a trend of Black churches and things burned down, but a trend of slave uh formerly slave plantations burning down. Now that would be a sight to behold. All right, so we'll look at the oracle energy around it first, and let's get the messages, okay, surrounding these plantations, this plantation burning down, and more to come from what I understand. All right. Some fall in the background. You'd be like, "Is you okay?" All right, give me the oracle energy around Nottoway Plantation, Louisiana, burning down to the ground. Give me the ancestor oracle energy. Okay. It looked okay, spiritual. I don't know. I never seen this one. Great I know I'm saying that wrong, baby. I don't know. Great ended. I don't know what that is. I gotta Google. I'm a Gemini. Okay. I don't like being. I gotta make sure you see the board. All right. Great. Let's see. Great E and okay. How you say it? Great ended. It refers to a group of 9 gods in Egyptian mythology. Okay. Baby, it looked like it was a bunch of them. Okay. The sun god and his descendants. A group of 9. Okay, so before I even grabbed the book, it is definitely given. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. Okay, you see them? Girl, this them dancing around the doggone plantation. Okay, everybody pulled up. So it looks like a rich history of several ancestors, aboriginals, okay? Because we know Louisiana is kind of a melting pot, right? So it looked like a few ancestors got together and was like, it's time. Okay. Like it's time. All right. Here. Wow. Let's see what it says. I hate that I don't know the Ennead. Ennead? 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 Something like that. Great Ennead. Okay. Key ideas. Collaboration. Collaboration, teamwork, and unity. Okay. Everybody pulled up. Okay. Everybody pulled up. The Great Ennead was the representation of 9 principal deities, okay, of Pantheon, also known as the 9 gods of Heliopolis. They were Atum Ra, Osiris, Isis, Ephes, I know I said it wrong, don't me, Set, Nut, Tefnut, Geb, and Shu. The number 9 is said to be very powerful number, representing the collective power of 3 times 3, that's 33. And numerology, it signifies wisdom through experience. Okay. Sound like somebody was planning something. They was just like, you know what? Enough is enough. Okay. That's what it's given, right? When the great Ennead card shows up in one of your spreads, it is highlighting the need for collaboration and teamwork. It indicates that you have undertaken something which you cannot achieve or complete alone. You will need the assistance and support. Okay. You will need assistance and support. This card suggests you build up a network of friends, family, colleagues, professional services, so that you have the support available to you when you need it. So, baby, whatever happened, it was a group effort. Okay. It was a group effort, is what it's looking like. This is 9 deities. All right. Here. Wherever they pulled them from. Okay. Imagine all those people from, we know Africa, but the different lands that they came from. All right. The great Ennead. I don't okay. Let's just move on. Okay. Also speaks of unity. So if there has been some discord, okay, in your circle recently, know that this will soon be resolved. I know that's right. It sure was. And unity will be restored. Independence has its place, but you also need to know when is the time to be a team player. No man is an island, and this card suggests that now is the time to seek help and to build strong circle of support around yourself. This card could also indicate that you will soon be called upon to support a number. Baby, they got together. Okay, let's get together. Boom, 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 right now. Boom, 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 boom. It reminds me of all these like hip hop videos. All right, I think Kanye recently posted one. He was down at the Walk of Fame. Okay, surrounding Diddy's star, and he had all these black men in a circle, like in a circle, chanting "Hail, hail, hail, hail." Okay, neither here nor there. But I noticed that a lot of his shows, they always running in circle. A lot of these celebrity shows, they always running in circles. Right? That's why we got to stay protected. All right, here. So whatever was going on, okay, they decided, baby, it's time. Let's go to the tarot on this. All right. So at least a group of 9, okay, deities, ancestrals, indigenous, okay, here got together on this. All right. I was a little bit. Now I rarely use these cards, so give me clarify. All right, this great Ennead. I'm gonna say it like that. Ennead, something like that. Okay. Y'all can pronounce it in the comments. As it's always going to be a smarty to do. Okay, I welcome it. Go ahead. All right. Here. So, well, baby, it looked like a something went wrong. Okay. This is the devil. All right. We got funeral home and we got Miss Robinson. Now, let me go to the story of Miss Robinson. Okay. Because, baby, when I tell you, now I don't know all of this deck, but I remember this one. Okay. I remember this one with the funeral home. Okay. It's looking open and closed right here. Okay. Miss Robinson is probably displaying the funeral program of Reginald Patrick. Okay. Miss Robinson was a hoodoo, okay, from Orangeburg, South Carolina, according to the people in her small town. She was a sweet, law abiding woman unless someone crossed her. One day after church, Miss Robinson saw a few parishioners gathering around a woman named Mrs. Patrick. All right. As Mrs. Robinson walked by, Mrs. Patrick loudly said that she didn't believe root workers should be welcome in the church and that there was a bunch of that it was just a bunch of made up nonsense. Okay. Miss Robinson tried her best to ignore her until she noticed people started treating her differently. They were making up excuses for why she couldn't visit, and her clients started canceling appointments. It turned out that Miss Patrick was trying her best to destroy Miss Robinson's entire life. All right. Even though she hardly knew her. Look at that on the 1340. Miss Robinson finally approached Mrs. Patrick after church and told her to never speak ill about her again or she would be sorry. Mrs. Patrick laughed in her face and elbowed her cronies and said that that would never gonna happen. So she might as well go ahead and root her then. All right. Miss Robinson told her that she was made for woodworking and that if she couldn't have what she loved the most, then neither would she. Mrs. Patrick howled with laughter and walked away with the other ladies, leaving Mrs. Robinson standing there furious. 29 days later, not the calendar, okay? Miss Patrick's 9-year-old son, Reginald, died unexpectedly after having a cold. Everyone knew that Reginald was Miss Patrick's pride and joy. Not only was he her only child, she also couldn't have any more. Okay? So she was absolutely devastated by the loss. As the mourners filed out of the funeral home, Miss Robinson was seen smiling as she fanned herself with the memorial program from across the road. Miss Patrick, now totally broken, moved out of town the following day. It's very much getting my lick back. Okay, here. Not only, again, when you look at the history of slavery and enslavement and everything that the okay that went on, terrifying, horrific, awful things that went on, okay, that plantation. And then to go even further, right, and decide we're not going to close it down, we're going to profit and we're going to dance and drink and be merry and have weddings and do all of this stuff. It looks for all intents and purposes that the ancestors and the slaves said, okay, you destroyed mine. Okay, I'm a destroy yours. I feel like whatever was going on, all right, in that mansion outside of weddings and events or whatever they was doing there, because the devil pulled up. So I have a feeling maybe they were even, maybe listen, we are a country ran by Satanists, okay? And no doubt somebody was doing some kind of rituals. It's a powerful place, all right? Heavy spiritual New Orleans, Louisiana, you know what I mean? So if you're going to do some work, they would probably have done it there, all right? Yeah, we have 10 of coins, 4 of coins, and 10 of sticks. They put an end to all that shucking and jiving. That's definitely what it is. All right. 10 of pentacles, the family's coming, disrespecting. Okay. The property. All right. With this 4 of coins. All right. Here. And it's also giving being burdensome. And because everything carries energy. Right. So imagine if you have, if you're having events there, a lot of the events was by them people, okay, them white people, and others. But since it has so much powerful and potent spiritual energy, I would imagine that with all of that, those spirits and lurking around, not only of the slaves, okay, but the slave owners, the overseers, and all of that. All right, just hopping in and out of unprotected souls. You know what I mean? That think they believe in the Bible, but not really. All right, and so it's very much giving that while they were hosting parties, they were disrespectful of the building, the property, touching sacred things. Okay, it's kind of like, if you're at the house and they say, oh, a slave made this and that, and this has been here for 100 years, and you got somebody, laughing and spilling wine and juice and just not even caring, right? And then also you have the staff that's working there, that spirit of oppression and thinking that you're better, okay, than the people working there and serving you. A back breaking, okay? You can't listen. You're not gonna have your wedding or some event on some plantation and treat people nicely. It's just not gonna happen. Okay, the energy is just too. It is okay. It's just too. People get like, well, let's role play now. Okay, that spirit, that demonic spirit, looking from whom it can devour. And so I'm hearing that the ancestors, the grounds, the spiritual grounds, the grave, they were disturbed. Okay, um by what they were witnessing, okay? And also, again, to the staff with this 10 of wands, shutting it down so the disrespect, okay, would stop, okay? Here, all right? And so I feel like, I feel prior disrespect, years and years of disrespect, but I can't get this great Aeonod, okay, with this devil energy and the fact that this happens to be around someone destroying someone's life, going out of their way to destroy an innocent person's life, livelihood, making up rumors, okay, trying to ruin them, saying they weren't this and that, unprovoked, okay. Again, a lot of slavery was unprovoked, right? Doing all this unprovoked, and then 29 days later, this lady's only cherished son passes away, okay? And the fact that she couldn't have anymore. And this circle, I don't know, is very much giving like somebody was planning something there that they were like, absolutely not. We're not having another ritual. We're not having another nothing here. Okay. Clarify. because that's what I feel like. Something was coming up, or there was something that they were doing on those grounds that, everybody woke up and was like, no, we got to burn this shit right now. Okay. Here. Okay. Got lover, contracts, something with the weddings. All right. Here, the events, of course. Clarify. Something new. Secret. Yeah. They was about to do some, okay, some that, okay, just not good. All right. Just not good. And it's the fact that they weren't honoring and reverencing where they were doing all of these shenanigans here. Drug fueled, okay, events, okay, Rehart Bazaar family. All right, here. Um, it's almost giving like some sort of reenactments. I do feel like there was some type of rituals that were being done there that they were like, you're not gonna do this anymore. And the energetic transference of, there was a lot of beating and striking and biting type of energy. And so again, it's giving people being cruel to the staff. Okay, there. Clarify. Yeah, 4 and 6 is 10. All right. Here with this 10 of Wands. Yeah. They put an end to that. Devil ritual, demonic activities. Okay. Here. Yeah, this is them getting justice. Okay. It's just like, not only are you dancing on the history and the graves of those that their blood is soaked in the ground, but you're having all these new events and you're perpetuating and mocking and imitating these types of abuse like it's a game, like it's funny. And that's what the lady was doing. Oh, there's no such a ha 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 ha. Uh it's a mockery. Okay. The ancestors were disturbed by the mockery, and I'm feeling like this a fetish play, a kind of went on fetish play. The things that the property was used for, all right, they felt were disrespectful, and so they get justice by burning it down. What is this, devil? Listen, there is nothing but major arcana here, all right? So that they're very much pulling up like, yeah, it was me. Okay. Yes. Okay. And the hangman. This was them. All right. Galua Jack. Let's look into it. Okay. They said we put it into it so that it looks like they put it into it so that they could finally rest. All right. Because how can you rest in peace or have any peace? No longer, they probably weren't even buried right or with no respect or reverence. And then you got these folks doing all kind of, rituals, demonic, having weddings and treating staff like trash. It's giving trauma, okay, and triggering trauma, okay, very much so. Um, Hold up. Let me get this Dr. Buzzard, who is the Justice card. Oh, Halua Jack came up first. All right. He has a noose around his neck, but his face is serene. He has a Congo cosmogram on his third eye. Okay. Kalua Jack had a reputation. Oh, okay. Kalua Jack was a Bankago prisoner of war who was sold into slavery in Zanzibar. He was eventually sent to Charleston, South Carolina, and purchased by a man named Paul Pritchard. Kalua Jack had a reputation as a powerful root worker with a particular talent for making protective amulets. This may have been one of the reasons Denmark Vesey recruited him to plan a revolt consisting of only African born men against the colonists. Kalua Jack instructed the rebels to eat a special diet of corn and peanuts the day of the attack and provided them with crab claws as talismans to keep them safe. He also threatened to put root on any other slaves who spoke of their plan. Unfortunately for the rebels, the plan was betrayed and the revolt was suppressed. All of the plotters, including Kalua Jack, were sentenced to death, but not before Jack used a mysterious hand gestures, presumably to curse all of their oppressors. Jack was hanged on July 2nd, 1882. When he appears in the reading, you are most likely feeling stuck and severely limited. That's the ground being stirred. You're stirring holy and sacred ground. This card asks that you endure any discomfort or pain or humiliation. Yes, nobly until it's time to get moving again. All right. Here, this will be an excellent time to take up a course, study, practice, or pray. They were disturbing sacred ground. This is pretty open and shut. This is them getting justice for them continuing devilment and demonic work long after work. Okay, okay. I wanted to see this. One more. Where's this guy? Oh, and Buzzard, he comes right before Kalua Jack. Standing in front of the courthouse, Dr. Buzzard, standing in front of the courthouse, all right, laughing after winning a case for a client. Behind him, Lady Justice, wearing a Congo witch doctor mask, okay? This symbolizes domination and being a law unto oneself. It's just about respect, okay? Respect the dead, right? Here, instead of a sword, Lady Justice is holding a bouquet, okay, of chewing John root because she now works for Dr. Buzzard and that is his weapon. He is showing you a piece of the root. In other words, in which Lady Justice casually holds the scales, there is nothing because his way is the only option. Instead, the scales are put to better use, collecting his ashes. So again, since that it's kind of like you're seen laughing, spitting, carrying on, doing on our grave. As they even all of convoluting demonic worship and again the perpetual um of the oppression, the people that are working the parties and the God forbid sacrifices and everything else. Because remember, the devil showed up first. All right, no doubt. Okay, there was something here going on as far as that, and so it's very much that they got together and was just like, baby, pack it up. Okay, they put an end to it so that their people, okay, could finally rest. Let me see something here. Tell me about this circle and then we can go. All right. Tell me about this circle and Mrs. Robinson. Yeah. They were setting them were imprisoned. Okay. It was the only way they could be free. They were tormented and tortured, okay, by not only, again, the remnants of what happened there, but future generations. Okay, it's like you're being beat, you're being whatever every single day. All right, I imagine that place was full of spirits, unrestful spirits that were trapped there. Okay, um, essentially, yeah. Here are the weddings, right? Um, Loyal in the house. Yeah, this is what it is. Okay. Here. And this house where so much death, destruction, rape, uh, be maim, crying, misery, all right, being sold, and yeah, trafficking too. I said it was something about babies. A port, okay, for some type of trafficking or demonic rituals. Yes, okay. And they put it into the suffering, okay, not only of the staff, but of some type of demonic worship that was going on here. All right, maybe in the basement or by the river or something like that. All right, you see this waiting in reverse by surprise and this death, giving child sacrifices, some type of rituals that was going on there. They put it into all of it. They put it in, they, that they were crying out, oh, right here. And so they rose up. They rose up in rebellion from the dead. Okay, here. This is them going out. All right, rose up in spirit. Here's the Lord, here's the priest. You have all these people that are supposed to be in this good standing and doing all of this. And they said, no, absolutely not. Okay. Here, they put an end to this so everybody could rest. So everybody could rest, not only them. All right. But I have imagined, that the weddings were the surface, but the demonic rituals, the trafficking, it's for events. So a lot of everything is going up and on in there. Okay, here with this merchant and child. All right, and this surprise and sacrifice and death. All right, the devil was here. Root work and rituals, New Orleans. All right, they burnt it down. All right, here. So I wouldn't even say it was. This was no work of humans. Okay, if it were, they may have been some type of possession to kind of get the work done, but it looks like nine deities pulled up, kind of like a final destination. All right. One thing happens and then boop, 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 and it all goes up. But it is the ancestors there being rustled and disturbed and just burning it down. So everyone can finally have peace. And hopefully they leave it alone. I can't imagine thinking you're gonna, well, we're gonna build it back, baby. Don't do that. Okay. Don't do that. All right. Here. All right. So that is very much what I have. Okay. For that. Yeah. To set them free. They were in there trapped. They were in there trapped in that house. All those souls, heartbroken, crying out, the ghosts of them under these trees and such. Yeah. Set themselves free. Okay. Y'all let me know what y'all think down there. So listen, baby, if you see them all just start going up in flames, just know, okay. I say y'all ain't gonna dance on our graves no more ever, ever again. All right. That is what I have for you. Thank you so much for this request. It was so informative and so like, just unspeakable things happened. All right, slavery happened. It was horrific. It's still horrific. We have modern day slavery, new slaves. Okay, nothing really has changed. The technology is just better. All right. Pretty soon, a lot of people gonna wake up and find out how they've been enslaved, or they being put into these slave type of AI contraptions without a way out. All right. This was them freeing themselves um here. So glory hallelujah to them, and prayers up for us because we're about to fuck around and find out for sure about today's slavery. And I pray for your mind, heart, and spirit when it finally hits everybody. All right. I really do. Thank you so much. And I will see you on the next one. Girl, they burnt it down. Okay. It's like y'all doing all of this. No, we gonna rest in peace. And you gonna rest too. Period. All right.